not actually the 4-3-2-1, but in game it is the 4-3-2-1. Okay, so this is actually going to be from a TikTok account from Team Hullet, from one of their pro players explaining how the custom tactic turns into a 4-3-2-1. And honestly, guys, in game, you score very similar goals to how it kind of was last year. So you're definitely going to see a lot of that. This is obviously a very cheap team that you could potentially make if you do want to rock with this formation. Again, it's very cheap. Once you start going into the realms of Division 6 and above, you kind of want to go do your SBCs if you're grinding out an RTG account. You want to get better players. In this game, the gap to get better players becomes higher and higher, my friends. You need to do very basic things. You need it, okay? But this team, in the beginning, definitely cooks, does a really solid job. A lot of these players, honestly, if they get any sort of cards in the future, they can definitely be really sick. But okay, so team management. The formation is going to be like this. It's actually a 4-5-1, believe it or not. It's really interesting how it works, right? So with this custom tactic, guys, I will be leaving a code link down below, and we'll also be leaving a link to the actual TikTok that I saw from as well. So if you just want to copy the code, it'll put all the stuff for you, okay? But for us to individually take a look at all the instructions and the way that the custom tactic is lined up, it's going to be 4-5-1 flat, right? You can kind of see where the 4-3-2-1 is actually going to come from. It's from the left mid, right mid being inside forwards, right? You're going to have your build-up style to counter, and then your defensive approach is going to be set to high at a 70. Again, very similar to how it kind of was last year. This is where I'm saying that you may want to get better defenders, especially players that have a shadow chemistry style at this point in the game, because they need to be able to run and chase after the attackers. Because if you face someone like a Hollander, for instance, you're going to be cooked, right? So you definitely want to get defenders that are as good as possible. That's going to be the main area you need to improve first before you improve anything else. It's just going to be the vibes in this game, okay? So that's how these tactics are lined up over here. Again, you guys will see this when you actually put the code in for your team. And then if we go to the player roles, you will see the each of the player roles set up, right? So goalkeeper is on sweeper keeper balanced. Both of your defenders are on defender defend. Your right back is going to be on wing back plus balanced. Your left back is going to be on fullback defend. Your left mid is going to be on inside forward attack. Your left center mid is going to be playmaker attack. Center mid is going to be holding defend. Right center mid box to box balanced. Right mid going to be on inside forward balanced, and then your attacker striker up top is going to be on advanced forward attack. So far from the formations that I have checked out for how this game generally performs, this has been the formation that I have enjoyed the most, and you guys will see why, right? So without the ball, this is how your team is going to be set up by default, right? So it is a 4-5-1. Now, if you switch it to with ball, that's where you can actually see the 4-3-2-1, right? So you could see that your left-sided player and your right-sided player has started to move into the middle, and they will make more consistent runs going inside, right? So obviously, if you have the role pluses of those specific positions, you will be able to utilize those positions a little bit more. You can see that a bunch of players in my team do not have any of the pluses for these roles, but as you guys improve your squad, you will get more and more of it, and it'll be able to perform a little bit better. Getting players in the center mid position down the middle that has a holding plus is a little bit difficult to do from, like, I think Premier League and stuff, but there may be like some other leagues you could definitely go with that would have the holding plus defend as a center mid, not a CDM, as a center mid, right? Because most of the times the players, even from the new recent evolution, they gave it to the CDMs and not the center mids, right? So if you can get center mids that have holding plus, that would be ideal. But the pro player was using Jude Bellingham there. Obviously, Jude Bellingham is amazing, so not really a good comparison because that card is crazy in game. I've used him already. He's so good. But that's kind of like what you want to go with, right? So you can kind of see how this is lined up. It literally looks like a 4-3-2-1, just with players kind of formatted in certain ways. You can see wingback is the guy that attacks. So you got your card like Neto on balance for defense, so he can potentially come back, right? Then you have your attack with João Felix, so he stays up. Nunge or Mateus Nunge, operate as a playmaker. So this player tends to be creative, fulcrum of the midfield, given license to roam and create space and opportunities for attack. Blah blah blah, right? So This formation works really well in this game. Honestly, it kind of makes sense because even in last year's game, the way that you score in this game and the way that your players kind of build up, you're going to really see how similar it is. It's actually really insane, right? But I'm laughing because this is going to be hilarious. Unfortunately, and I do have to teach you guys in this next video because you're going to come up against this a lot in the higher divisions. These are not the best sort of tactics at the top. The top is the rat ones, man, like the really bad ones. And we're going to have to talk about it because you guys are going to have to prepare yourselves as you climb up the divisions. But yes, as a quote-unquote 4-3-2-1, which it definitely plays like in game, you guys will see from the highlights. It is one of my favorite formations that I have used so far for the beginning of this game. You're going to notice that the title does not have starter. This is an actual good meta formation, okay, that you can use right now and actually do a really solid job with. So yeah, do your best to get all the roles you could possibly get. Do your best in regards to that. Try your best to get players that can rotate into different formations as well. For this one, it's very linear and specific to the 4-3-2-1, but at some point in the future, as I upgrade the squad, maybe we can rotate into something else, right? Because it's always good to be able to rotate to a 5-back, to that's the quote-unquote for the next video, to a 4-2-2, you know, stuff like that, right? And it's difficult because you got to find players that can play in a side position that can also play cam, and it's hard to do that. You have to kind of get the right position changes. That's how they're going to do their new promos this year for sure. But yeah, again, guys, I'll be leaving a link, or not a link to the TikTok, but I will be leaving a code down below in the comment section as well. So be sure to copy that code so you don't have to do all this, basically, okay? But yeah, that's the introduction. Hopefully you guys enjoy the highlights. I will catch you guys for the next video. At some point, I'm probably going to be doing like a skill moves tutorial as well, because I know people are going to want to be, they're going to be interested in watching that as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the intro, enjoy the highlights. You're gonna, it's very similar goals in like the general build up, and you're gonna really see the inside forward part. These guys don't even have pluses on them, and if they had it, it'd be insane for sure. The cool thing about putting the code in, which is the very top right there, right? Again, be sure to check out the original link from the TikTok, is that you will have your players put into certain positions by default, right? So you can see that it actually fixes my team by making Sanchez the player on Playmaker Plus, because I didn't even realize that he had that, and then the rest of the team is just the same, right? But you could see that one switch there that happened from me inserting the code, because it does it for me, helps out the team, right? So that's why it's always nice to put the code in. I'll take that. Gyökeres. Nice. Use the manual goalkeeping in there, so I just did the shot cancel to wait for the space to open up there. Let's go. Gyökeres. He's solid to use, man, in the striker position. Deserved. Bro, finessing it, don't do it without the playstyles, bro. Holy, that finesse is trash. There it is. Good job, boys. We want to see. Nice goal. Woo! We're back in business, boys. We know how to do the flick again, huh? The flick is back in business. That's another way to use that skill move. Really good, man. Really good to open up the space. We'll score that, though. There you go. Nice. There it is. It's funny how this like quote unquote 4-3-2-1 works, because like you do score the same types of goals because of people figuring this out. Like that. I don't know what this guy's doing, but every opportunity we will take for the W, man. Let's go, Neto. Yeah, that's still effective. Lassico into that space to get the body ahead of the player. Let's go. Didn't get the green on it, but good goal. Nice, go Gyökeres. Gyökeres is like really good to use in the beginning, man. I can see why he cost as much as he did. What a goal. Beauty. Let's go, Gyökeres. Beauty. Yeah, that's still effective. L1 into the Elastico. Nice. Build up play. Nice. Go, let's go, let's go. Beauty. Nice. This formation is genuinely so good. It's just that the players that I have for it, very, very like low. Like you could tell if I have the plus versions of the roles, I'm gonna cook with that for sure. But this 4-3-2-1 is really good, man. It's a 4-5-1, but it's a 4-3-2-1 basically in game when you're playing with it. Very solid. Oh, I've never scored a goal like that. I have never scored a goal like that. 3 times?